Hey gang, what's up and welcome back to another video on Streaming Star. After the immense success his segments received on the Oprah Winfrey Show, popular American television personality and psychologist Dr. Phil McGraw started his own reality television series in September 2002. Over the 17 seasons of the daytime talk show named Dr. Phil, viewers have encountered out-of-control kids, delusional adults, and even murderers. As Dr. Phil delves into each guest's story, unbelievable details often spill out, and the people involved are etched into the audience's memory. Here are the top rages on Dr. Phil. But before we get into that, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you can catch up on the latest videos we put out on our channel in the future. Let's get to it, guys. Number 6. King Keith. 20-year-old Eric was so engrossed in the delusion that fame is more crucial than education that he didn't realize he was throwing his life away. He was aspiring to earn stardom, and that's why he even changed his name to King Keith Franklin, thinking this would help him get fame. King Keith's mother brought her complaints to Dr. Phil, saying that her son was obsessed with being famous and had refused to go to college. Moreover, he had no intentions of finding a proper job or helping his mother out. Eric's mother also pointed out that he would only waste his time taking notes from reality television shows and would make huge but absurd plans about his future as a celebrity. Dr. Phil shut Eric up and pointed out that he was throwing away a terrific opportunity and disappointing his mother by not even trying to get an education. Moreover, Dr. Phil also scolded the arrogant young man and told him that even if college wasn't for him, he needed to pull his own weight and do something in life other than just fantasizing about popularity. Number 5. The Miracle Woman. In November 2016, a 20-year-old woman named Haley claimed to be pregnant when she first appeared on the show, despite the fact that her ultrasound, pelvic exam, and pregnancy tests had clearly proven that the delusional woman was not in fact expecting. Even then, Haley was adamant that she would be giving birth to Jesus Christ and that she was chosen as the source of his return. Another absurd thought that she shared on the show was her thinking that Eminem was her father. After consultation on Dr. Phil's stage, Haley expressed great anger upon being told that whatever she believed was just in her head. Later, she was shifted to an intensive psychiatric care unit for several months, during which the viewers got to know that the young woman was also suffering from schizophrenia. Even though Haley did accept the fact that proper medication and therapy had helped her realize that she was never pregnant in the first place, she wasn't very appreciative of the treatment method suggested by Dr. Phil. It comes as no surprise that the Miracle Woman is surely notorious as well as memorable for being one of the craziest patients ever seen on the show. Number 4. Unforgettable Sherilyn. One of the most annoying teenagers to appear on the show was extravagant and entitled Sherilyn, who claimed that she was a quote-unquote princess and apparently had the right to exploit other people's resources in order to fulfill her own pointless luxuries. Sherilyn's mom, Joey, told Dr. Phil that her spoiled daughter had not only maxed out 17 credit cards on designer bags, shoes, and makeup that she doesn't even use, mind you this, but also wasted $130,000 in less than a year. 19-year-old Sherilyn's boyfriend, Tyler, also had to bear with her selfish and non-serious attitude when Sherilyn tricked him into paying for her lavish pampering and also misused his bank information. When Dr. Phil confronted Sherilyn on the show and asked her for a solid reason behind her terrible attitude, she blankly replied that she doesn't really care. Dr. Phil got really ticked off when she defended herself instead of admitting she was wrong. At last, Sherilyn got a shut-up call from Dr. Phil, who bluntly called her a thief in front of everyone. It became quite apparent that he was highly annoyed with the boastful and spoiled teenager and wasn't ready to tolerate her any longer. Number 3. Bad Boy Blake. In season 15, 26-year-old narcissist Blake appeared on the show with immense pride despite all his wrongdoings. Not only was he a moocher, lying around his parents' house all day while his mother worked hard to make ends meet, but was also disrespectful towards every woman in general. His sister and mother complained about him being extremely rude, verbally abusive, and violent towards almost everyone. Blake also believed that his looks deserved immense appreciation and that he could be a model. According to him, everyone else was inferior and he just didn't possess basic human decency, which was quite shocking for a majority of viewers. The cold-hearted man was also involved in numerous crimes throughout his past and was charged for DUI, driving under influence, several times. On the show, Dr. Phil gave Blake a taste of his own medicine and a much-needed wake-up call. He also pointed out that Blake needs psychological help since mental illness runs deep in his family. The narcissist received a much-deserved insult from Dr. Phil, who went furious after assessing his pathetic personality. Number 2. Obsessed Bailey. 21-year-old Bailey clearly proved that she needed psychological help when her crazy obsession with a woman named Bailey was revealed on the show. Despite the fact that Jasmine had no idea who Bailey was adamant on the fact that she and Jasmine had an 8-month-long online relationship. As Bailey continued to express her absurd feelings, which made Jasmine extremely uncomfortable, Dr. Phil finally put a halt to the melodrama. He told Bailey to stop wasting his time by constantly playing the victim. Not just the host, but the audience as well as viewers struggled to decipher Bailey's senseless claims that at the end of her long rant, nothing made sense. Therefore, it comes as no surprise that Dr. Phil was ticked off at this obsessive woman as she continued to going in circles and said every annoying thing you could possibly think of. Number 1. Out of control teenager. It's hard to think of Dr. Phil without Danielle Bregoli and her "catch me outside" catchphrase popping into your head. The problematic 13-year-old was brought to the show in 2016 when her anxious mother Barbara Ann couldn't endure her rebellious and stubborn attitude anymore. Danielle smiled as she bragged about stealing all her mother's credit cards and car, which clearly portrayed how she had no remorse for the anguish that she was causing her family. The teenager was one of the most difficult cases Dr. Phil ever had to deal with on the segment Out of Control Kids. During her time on the show, Danielle rudely screamed the phrase "catch me outside" as a threat to the audience who had laughed at her. Moreover, her constant misbehavior and argumentative nature was difficult to tolerate for those around her. As Dr. Phil revealed, Danielle actually carried a lot of pain and fear in her heart since her parents got divorced and her mother survived cancer twice. The mentally disturbed teenager used to sleep in her mother's bed most of the time and often used the bad girl act as a defense mechanism against the pain of almost losing her mother forever. Even though Danielle got popularity on the internet when she became a rapper, Dr. Phil didn't plan to cut her any slack when she came on the show. During the serious lecture he gave her, he also sarcastically asked her if she had passed 5th grade. Danielle now performs under the stage Bad Barbie, and it's safe to say that she owes some of her so-called success to her shocking interview on the Dr. Phil show. The way Dr. Phil handled these selfish and crazy people was surely impressive, as well as entertaining for the audience. This brings us to the end of our video, which we hope you guys enjoyed. Do let us know your thoughts in the comments below, hit the like and subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that bell icon to get the drop on all the latest videos we put out on our channel in the future. We'll have another juicy video for you guys next time. Until then, take care and adios.